great if you're not great. Do it again.
This was interesting because there are going to be comparisons drawn between Grace Davis and your mom. How much of that do you welcome, and how much of that is like misguided? Like did that comparison give you any pause when you were offered the role?
It definitely didn't give me pause. I have no problem with the curiosity about, is there a connection there? Because I understand it. I mean, I'm playing a superstar icon music lady. And you know, that's what my mom is. But I think as soon as you start watching the film, you realize that there's no connection. And the truth is, what drew me to this role was the script. And it was, Grace Davis was written on the page from the moment that I first read this script in its first and early incarnation. And so I didn't need to look much further than the words on the page, and I didn't need to look elsewhere for inspiration. Although there's certain things that obviously are in my DNA, and I think that the biggest thing that was interesting to me is that so often in our culture, we forget that people that do great things and that are big and over the top and otherworldly people in our lives, that they're human beings with hearts and fears and dreams and secrets and all of those kinds of things. And I loved that the way Grace was written, she had a humanity to share, that she wasn't this paper thin, sort of typical diva person. She was actually a human being.
It's funny because I used to be in the music industry and my husband's in the music industry. And it is that thing where people idolize these people, but they also like still have to go to the grocery store, and they still have, you know, you still have to sit in conference calls and do all that kind of stuff.
Yep. Just like everybody else. And I had a close-up view to that. And so it was wonderful to bring that humanity to Grace Davis, but it had nothing to do with my mom.
It's really bleak out there for middle-aged singers.
In the history of music, only 5 women over 40 have ever had a #1 hit, and only one of them was Black.
You had never really sung publicly before, but I know you told Parade recently that you loved being on stage. Was it the Greek, or I don't remember where it was?
I actually got to perform live at the Ford Theater, the Nokia Theater, and the Orpheum Theater downtown. We were sort of at all of those. And I loved it. And no, I've never performed before. I certainly have never performed singing live, except for my talent shows in high school, but I don't know that those count. And I had never been in the studio, and I've clearly never had a single drop. So this was a really big deal.
Grace, I didn't want to tell you or Jack, but I did a cut of your song.
Hey, I can hear y'all. Y'all know it's a damn microphone in there, right?
Well, I know that you're promoting the single now. Has it sparked anything in you? Like, are you like, maybe I should do some more of, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I recorded 6 songs for the movie, and the soundtrack comes out on May 29th, the day that the movie becomes available. And I'm excited for everyone to hear all of it. And I would love to discover what Tracee's voice is like, and how it differs from Grace Davis, and what kind of songs I would choose. Yeah, absolutely.
What were you listening to when you were getting like pumped up to be Grace Davis?
Honestly, I was listening to Grace Davis music. We started in the recording studio about a month before we started shooting. So I had a lot of the demo tracks, and then I had my tracks. So I was really listening to her to kind of start, to myself, to try and start getting the vibe of owning my own body of work. So it was mostly Grace.
I will decide what I do next.